Hello, 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 and welcome into season 2 of We Made It Nice. I'm Paulina.
And I'm Lucy.
And today we have a very, very special guest. Luce, do you want to take this one over?
Yeah, we took our little holiday hiatus to kind of come up with really fun things to do for season 2. And we somehow got this Fyah guest with us today for our premiere. So we want to welcome Adriana De Moura.
Hi, Adriana.
Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Of course. How's the weather down there in Miami?
I'm loving it. It's actually cold. This morning was like in the 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because now I have a chance to wear my hoodie.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
What does it say? I speak 5 languages, but can get a man
without
Oh, your
saying
tagline.
Amazing.
I love that.
That's great.
Well, actually, so Lucy's sweatshirt says Latina, and we were wondering if, as a Brazilian, do you consider yourself Latina?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 3 Latinas.
Yeah, 3
That's
Latina.
right.
We're Ecuadorian.
Oh, nice.
Ecuadorable.
You're from South America. So yeah, even though we speak Portuguese, but we're part of the Latin culture. So
Perfect.
I definitely identify as Latina. Yes.
I
That's
love
great.
it. Woo, woo. Okay, so let's get started with something. What has Adriana been doing since we have seen her last? So how has it been coming back to kind of the housewives, or talk us through what that was like with Andy, like bringing you guys back?
Yeah, it was very nice. I feel like almost vindicated in a way that I felt like we had what it would take. I mean, we have what it takes, obviously, and we are proving this now. But even back then, I think we did, but for whatever reasons they had, we were put in the back burner. But so it felt great when Andy, stuck his neck out for us, and Andy was the one that originated Miami, and he always liked us, and I always saw the value in Miami. So I was very grateful to him that he actually made that happen.
That's great. And you guys always had such a big fan base. I know we watched it, when it first came out, and we always wanted it. We would tweet Andy. We always wanted it to come back. And now that it's back, it's such a huge success. It's better than the original, I think. Why do you think that is?
I think that Miami somewhat as a city has evolved, and Miami has become now even more desirable than ever. The whole world seemed to have come down to Miami when the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much energy around the city now. And I think that's kind of translates into the scenes, into the places that we're going and things that we're doing. And also getting, some fresh blood into the mix. And I think we have finally this really integrated cast where we truly, have history together. And I think there's representation of, different nationalities. And I just think, we're in a sweet spot right now.
Yeah, and so why I think Miami's so successful is actually because you guys are actually friends, and you stayed friends over the years. But you mentioned the newcomers. How were you actually friends with them before they came on? Did you kind of know them through the social scene, or Gertie and Nicole? Is it just them two, Gertie, Nicole,
and Julia?
Well, Julia is your queen. I know that.
Julia was my friend for the past 10 years, and I brought her in. So Julia and I are legit friends. We talk almost every day, and it's a true friendship. It's not a TV made friendship.
Mm-hmm.
The Julia and Martina, friends with both. The other girls I didn't know. Gertie, Nicole, and Kiki, I did not know.
And Kiki, right.
Oh, right, Kiki. How did you meet Julia?
Through a common friend. When Martina and her moved to Miami from Paris, I had a friend that knew her and introduced me to her, and that's how we became friends. We used to have a brunch every Sunday,
Oh,
and my friend brought Julia to that brunch. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we started talking and we immediately connected and became friends.
So what's interesting is that Julia, this season and last season it is a housewife, but you're still considered a friend of, even though we see your life and we see a lot of you in all of these episodes. Why is that? Is that a personal choice?
Well, initially there was somewhat of a personal choice because I'm pursuing a master's degree
Okay.
Oh, and what?
in psychology at Harvard.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So that takes a lot of my time because I have to study and study really hard. And so when filming and trying to, study, it's a lot.
Mhm.
And I still do the other things that I do. I'm still putting art shows together, curating shows, and taking care of my house and taking care of this baby.
Yeah, plus they have you drinking every day. So like, how could you even do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. So when we're filming, it's not very conducive to studying. So I was concerned with that, and so then there was a consideration that staying as a friend would be more like I could manage my time better. I wouldn't
Okay.
be so, consumed with the filming.
Will we see you as a full-time housewife in the future?
I don't know. Now, I guess this is going to be something to see how it goes because I'm still studying.
Okay.
I just finished my fall semester and I have a spring semester already starting soon, like the 23rd. So we shall see. But I think that to me, the most important thing is that my presence is still pretty key to the show.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I think like you see me in every scene, and I'm still pretty relevant. So I don't know if that matters that much.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like Marisol, like unless you look at the beginning credits, you would really never know because Marisol isn't either. But like, sometimes some people are like, "Oh, who is like the new housewife?" And but everybody knows Adriana,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
But you spoke about Julia. How is she holding up? How are her and Martina holding up with everything?
Yeah, they're holding up okay. Martina is a champion, truly, all around champion, and she's strong. And the fact that they caught us so early, so they have a lot of hope and assurance by the doctors that this will be, very curable.
Good.
It's just the process going through treatment, it's just very, it's very heavy, but I'm sure that she's doing okay. I mean, like if you look at her, don't even know she has anything wrong because she's still going about life normally somewhat, except now that she's starting treatment. But
Right.
outside of that, they're staying positive. Yes.
Good.
Oh, good. We'll send them our best.
Yes.
Not that they don't know who we are, but send them our best.
All right.
So let's get into this season
Yeah.
of what's been happening. So let's play our first game. So we're gonna marry, and kill some of our men of this
Right.
season. We're
And
gonna kill
women,
Lenny.
potentially. We're going to kill Lenny. I think everybody wants him dead anyway. So
Yeah, he's
we're not
dead.
even playing with him.
He's done. He's
He's
done.
100% that. Yeah.
Well, actually, before we play, Lenny did your boobs, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. Kind of. Okay, I won't go any further. Okay, so Lucy, who are our three men? We have Anthony.
So to F, marry, kill, we have Anthony, Todd, and then we added Martina.
Oh, so F, marry, kill, just significant others. not men.
Significant others, partners.
Yeah, very cute. Okay, so just throw the name first. You're gonna throw me the name, or
Yeah, okay, so-
Anthony, Todd, or Martina.
Okay. Definitely marry Martina.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
the best of the bunch. The other two, probably fuck Anthony and kill Todd.
I think that's what
Oh.
I said too.
That's what you said. I'm gonna F Martina because like when people hook up with like famous athletes, they like brag about it. So I would be the person that's like, I hooked up with Martina.
Yeah.
And then I would marry Anthony because of the plane. 100%.
The plane, the boat.
the plane. And then I would also kill Todd.
Yeah, we love you, Todd, but
We love
to
you,
make
Todd.
it.
I know.
So we'll talk about Lenny, but so let's just do first we'll do everything else of the season and then we'll get to Mr. Lenny himself. But after that F, Marry, Kill, who do you think is like couple goals of Miami? Past or present, really?
Well, I think like in the most raw, legit sense of the word, I think Martina and Julia, and they're pretty open and pretty, real about their marriage. And I think maintaining a marriage, that is not 100% yet. I don't think, even though now it's passing the laws for same-sex marriage and everything, but just having those impediments, that we're still being seen in society as somewhat, there's still people that they don't agree with it. And so I think just for that alone, it takes a lot of strength and commitment to stay in a marriage and to prove to everybody, yes, this is a normal family, this is a regular marriage, and yes, we're gonna, we should be treated and have the same rights as everybody else.
Yeah, that scene when Julia jumped off the dock to meet, Martina jumped off the dock and Julia surprised her. That was so heartwarming. It was so sweet. It was a real romantic scene in Housewives that I feel like we don't really get anymore.
And any Housewives, we really don't. There's like a very few, and this is probably terrible to say, but there's very few couples that I see that I'm like, oh, you can see the love there.
Yeah.
And they, especially with the dinner. I mean, I just watched last week's episode earlier today with the fish, and it was funny. She's like, I overcooked the fish. I thought that was so funny.
But she's so cute because she's so genuine. It seems that she's just so real.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you get. Like, I come over, like we cook dinner together, and that's exactly the vibe. That's just exactly that. Martina is super loving and very, appreciative. And Julia, is Julia in her one way, but it's she is so charming and so real. And no, it's just a lovely thing. And you feel the warmth and the love. And I feel the fact that they don't hide anything, and the fact that they just confront things head on and don't try to sweep things under the rug, it makes that marriage even more, real to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
That's sweet.
So, okay. So what happened this season? What's all the craziness? Well, first we start off with the Kiki, Larsa. I was about to say Julia. Lisa comment about her house is only where hookers live. Well, two things. Is that true? Because I'm not that familiar with Miami, but is that where all the hookers live? And do you know?
No. It's a nice building.
I mean,
very nice building. I actually have other friends who live there. I don't know if people have some perceptions, like that maybe a few people in the industry, I don't know, but it's not like, oh, there's a hooker building. No.
Right.
It was
it's nicer than my house. So
yeah, it was so frustrating that Larsa didn't get that. Lisa didn't make this up. Like, it was a joke that she heard and she just repeated it. It's not like Lisa, completely fabricated it.
No, that was very taken out of context.
Yeah.
And I feel like because Lisa and I spoke about it, and she said, I didn't mean it. It was somebody has said it, and I repeated it as a joke. And it was some kind of roaster person that has this account that all she does is roasting. And that's it. That's what the person said. But I know I don't think Lisa ever intended to bring it to that level, and it's kind of escalated and got taken out of context. But
yeah, it got pretty nasty between the two of them.
Well, yeah, so Kiki said it, and she should have let Lisa say it. But then I think two wrongs don't make a right. Larsa went deep
below the belt.
Your house is a mortgage. You rent your house out for party. Even if you do, who cares? I have a mortgage. Who cares?
You're lucky if you have a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Who pays in cash?
You made it out of rent.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, exactly.
And if she wants to rent her house, I mean, her house is beautiful.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, they said that, well, this is actually interesting because they always talk about how Lisa had parties with hot young girls, but they always show the lingerie party. That's the only scene they have in editing. So is that really true? Is there really like always naked girls at their house and parties?
Not necessarily naked, but there was always a whole lot of very hot young women. Yes.
Have you been to these parties?
Yeah, I've been to almost all of them.
Wow.
But it's not necessarily, it wasn't Lisa inviting them. It was Lenny. Lenny
Really?
Lenny loves to hang out with young people, like half his age.
Well, clearly, or a quarter of his age.
A quarter of his age. And then he likes to bring in this young, and he invites people. It wasn't Lisa. Lisa would invite us. She would invite friends.
Right.
And some of her friends are hot, but that's not the point. I mean, I don't think it was an option for her because he would say, I want this type of people. I'm going to invite these people. And then the friends that will invite other friends. And since his friends are already, like you said, half his age, then they inviting more people half their age. So there you go.
Have you heard, because you're very well connected in the Miami scene, have you heard of rumors before,
yeah,
Lenny decided to leave?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were rumors like from on the first time that he did it. Rumors not with this girl, but there were rumors that from the first time that he cheated on her. Yes.
So he actually cheated on her because it was shown like it was like emotional cheating,
an emotional affair.
Well, I don't have proof of it.
Right.
They were separated.
Was that I don't know if he actually slept with a girl, but he's literally, like, to me, I think if you call emotional cheating not cheating, I think that's worse than physical cheating.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree 100%.
So we got to go to BravoCon and we asked Marisol and Alexia if they saw it coming, because, when we watch it, we see the confessionals and we see Lisa and Lenny having these private moments in their room. And I felt like we kind of saw it coming just based on that perspective.
Not in this way. Not
in this way. I'm curious, you being her friend, Marisol and Alexia said they didn't. I'm curious if you did.
Well, I didn't see it like that he had a full-on girlfriend on the side. I didn't know. I could sense, obviously, there was tension and that they weren't in the best spot.
Right.
You could see that, like, he's a little condescending and distant and all that. And as a woman, you know what that means, but you just don't have proof until it's, on your face, right? So
right.
Well, it's also funny that you guys were eating sushi while she was doing that, while she was telling everybody, and you guys were like, "Well, I'm not going over there." Like, was the sushi? Was it worth it?
Yeah,
with Julia.
Yeah, we got there. We were hungry, and we're gonna start drinking. I'm like, I'm not gonna start drinking on an empty stomach. So.
Very smart.
And that trip got kind of chaotic. Like when Alexia made the prostitute comment to Julia. So like, what's your take on that? You're not Russian, you're Brazilian, but like as an immigrant, like, well, actually Alexia is an immigrant too, but so like, what's your take on that?
I think it was very insulting, very condescending, and not something that a woman should tell another woman. Almost, in a sense that to me is a misogynist comment, not to mention, culturally disrespectful, because if you're going to generalize an entire nation, on a perception that it's hers or whatever she's saying comes from, I feel that very unbecoming of her. And like some people say Brazilian women, are out there, making a buck, whatever way, but it's just not right to, throw a whole country under the bus in that sense.
And Alexia said she said it as a compliment too, which is the weird part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's backpedaling, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know that I would take that as a compliment personally.
No,
but
it's not a compliment.
But does Alexia, like, I love Alexia, but does she like apologize? Like she apologized, but like, do you think she like meant it like in real life?
I don't think so.
No.
I think she felt that she was being questioned. Therefore, you know, the apology was just to end the argument, not to really feel like, you know, I think she felt like it was okay to say it, because if you're questioning her, but at that point, nobody was even questioning, it was just part of the game, right? So
Right.
I don't know, but for sure didn't, you know, rub me well. And that's when I interjected, because I wasn't going to sit there and then see my good friend, you know, just stereotype like that.
Right.
And then she went after you for the guy that you were
Right.
dating.
Yeah.
How are
Right.
you and Alexia today?
We're okay, not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about Alexia and Julia? Same thing,
Pretty much same. Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Are you still dating that guy?
Not really, because he got appalled by the whole thing. This is a respectable doctor, father of two, you know, kids, and one with an issue, and he works really hard every day. And to have his reputation, you know, just kind of thrown out in the wind like that, just so carelessly, so recklessly, you know,
Right.
he wasn't too impressed with that. So I think at the end of the day, he's right. You know, who wants to be involved with a bunch of toxic women that are not going to respect something that's out there, and they're going to insist on a lie?
Right. And are you still following your 4-month rule though?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
good
good.
girl. Yeah. I love it.
So I have a question about that whole scene, because Alexia got very annoyed with Gertie because of all of her facial expressions.
Yeah.
Is it editing, or does she actually react like that all the time?
No, Gertie's very
Yeah.
expressive. I mean, yeah, should that's her. I mean, that's her personality. She's very, you know, she's very expressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, okay, so later this season, we see your music video.
Yeah.
So fun. Wait, by the way, is it out? Because I feel like I was trying to find it. Is it out yet?
No, the video is not out yet,
Okay.
because a big part of that boat day scene not going as planned, and the whole bomb and sabotaging of my video thing, you know, Larsa coming on aboard saying she wasn't going to participate, but then what was she there for? She was there just to destroy it, because she was saying I would never be, you know, in Adriana's video. So that was like calculated and intended beforehand and planned beforehand. So I had a hard time putting the video together,
Right.
because we were supposed to do it right and have several takes, and you know, it was a completely different look. And then I had to like pick up the pieces and shoot some more, and I'm still dealing with it. I might have to shoot some more, and just to make it okay, you know.
Yeah, that was very chaotic.
Yeah. So it really
Do you think it was Larsa that did? Well, not you think it was Larsa that kind of orchestrated that whole day.
I don't know if she orchestrated, but she was definitely the mouthpiece. Now you see,
Mhm.
there was a luncheon where her, Alexia, and Marisol are going to, and they're calling me saying they couldn't come to the rehearsal,
Mhm.
Right.
but then they have time to go sit down and gossip. So
Right.
I think this is bigger than Larsa. I think they're in it. Yeah. that's
Yeah,
what I-
because Marisol didn't seem all too interested either. She was just busy making her famous cookies
yeah,
on the
because
boat.
I think that the friend that told Larsa was Marisol.
About
Marisol told Larsa.
Julia.
Yeah, the friend.
Oh,
That's interesting. But like,
which that kind of came to
Julia
bite her in
didn't.
the ass, because Martina didn't even care.
Yeah.
Well, thank God they have a solid marriage. And
Right.
that was for sure not a thing, because the guy who they're accusing, it's truly a friend. I mean, literally, the friend hangs out in their house and they go out with dinner with them, and it's just like a real friend. So it was a prank. But to me, what's appalling is the sense that you walk into someone's home and you look in someone's partner, you know, and you say things like this, like you gotta be beyond crazy in my book to be so reckless like that.
So I take it you and Larsa are not good right now either.
listen, I told her what I think already, and you know, so but I don't appreciate the type of behavior. And yeah, it fell flat on their faces,
Yeah.
whatever they were planning to make Julia
Expose,
look bad
right.
and make my video, be a bust. It didn't work, did it?
And meanwhile, their friend or all your friends, Lisa's going through that something like this, and you're like trying to stir that pot, not happening.
That's what it was so hurtful about it, is that they know that I don't get involved with married men, and because I was on the receiving end of that
Right.
before, and I would never do that, not to somebody else, not to myself. It's just unnecessary. There's so many men out there. Why would I go for someone that is not available and is married? Doesn't make sense to me.
Right. And so many people nowadays, like, who are getting divorced. Kim Kardashian was literally getting divorced longer than her marriage was. So like that happens, like people can be separated and you can date them and they could still legally be married. If you're looking up marriage licenses, maybe you need to get a hobby a little bit.
Exactly. You need to get a life. Well, Alexia was dating Todd while she was married to her mom.
Yeah.
So,
and who else? Anybody
Yeah.
else? Or Lars and Scotty got divorced. Their divorce took a bit.
Well, there was rumors about that
right.
marriage too,
Right.
though.
Right.
Yeah, but like exactly what you're saying, people get separated and then the divorce itself takes a while, but in the meantime, people move on with their lives, right? So
Yeah.
the thing is, the shady part of it, that wasn't even the case. The guy had been legally married, legally divorced for 3 years.
Right. It just takes a long process, especially when you have children involved.
The divorce had been finalized 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then, but
he was not like separated.
He was fully
legally
divorced with a court seal and paying child support and alimony for 3 years.
Wow.
And then they like found this old marriage license from somewhere.
Yeah, and didn't scroll down.
They didn't scroll down. Is that what they said? Did I miss?
Yeah, she said she didn't scroll down.
Yeah.
Well, on to the next. Wait, actually, we were just talking about Larsa. We at BravoCon asked you a question to shade. I don't know if you remember this, but we asked you to shade a housewife in a different language.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? That was us.
Oh yeah. I remember.
So you said tu culo no es real, which obviously is Larsa.
Yep.
I love that.
Sorry.
But I love that you're being very open about your BBL and how you want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as you just,
Admit
talk
it.
about it, admit it.
Exactly. Yeah.
How was
your recovery?
Even though, no, mine was minor. I didn't do what she did. What she did was she had a major liposuction and she took fat from other parts of her body, her waist, stomach, and then injected in her butt, which then creates a much bigger volume.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was just simple injections of Sculptra, which is a collagen builder. So they inject the product and it's mostly water. So it goes away, but then your body produces the collagen and fills in. It was just like little bumps that look like cellulite.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it smooths it out, but it doesn't create volume. It's not, for me to get that size butt, I would have need to do, a serious surgery, which is the fat graft. And I don't need that. I don't want that. I mean, I have my butt, I think it's good for my body size. So I'm fat.
Right.
I'm happy with it.
Plus
So
you're
I just
Brazilian.
I was going to say, plus you're Brazilian, so.
You don't need it.
I don't need it. I mean, like my mom has a big butt like that natural. My sister has a big butt like natural. So, I know what a real one looks like.
Okay, so the time has come and we have to get on to Lenny now.
All right.
This craziness. So do you run into Lenny? And if you do, is he nice to you?
Yeah, he's nice to me. Yeah.
Have you met the girlfriend at one of these parties?
No, but I saw them on a weekend. I was around going out and they were out and I saw them, but I saw them from afar and I didn't go close to say hi. So,
Right. Now, is Lisa still in the house?
yep,
Good.
should
Good.
be. Yeah.
I hope she keeps it. I don't know what that, speaking of divorce, I don't even know like how long that would even take or what.
I don't think
he-
she's gonna keep it, but at least she should not have to vacate the house with the kids until the divorce is finalized. You know?
Right.
Right.
Do we
Well-
think this is more than just a midlife crisis?
Yeah, I think there's a whole bit of personality that, thinks he's okay to date somebody 30 years younger and then to let your little babies breaks my heart. Like I came over, Lisa's the other day to get my glam done for the premiere party. We were sharing the same glam people and Elle, the little one, just comes running and starts showing me her Barbie and her house and I just look at this little baby and literally like I start tearing up because I'm thinking, my God, how can you like leave this precious little girl? And Logan too, he's so sweet. And for some hoe that it's so clear what she's after, like
Right.
you throw your whole family out. It's heartbreaking.
And so publicly, like this
So-
is
and that
literally
video-
recorded that will be around for their kids to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know whenever their kids will be on Peacock, but if they go on Peacock, they will watch this. And
And the
like-
video that Lisa took of confronting them and she was there licking her lips and just, I mean,
That girl, yeah, I think she premeditated that. She kind of got close to them, whatever their party is, whoever was inviting, and then she had a mission,
yeah, because it said, right, they said that she was at the parties before.
Yeah, she had been coming to the parties, but the parties are big, sometimes 400 people or more. So
right.
I never really paid attention to that girl, but there are so many girls there. But yeah, she's been there many times. Yeah.
So in this previous episode, Alexia kind of hinted that Lisa wasn't maybe entirely blindsided. What's your take on that?
I don't think that's fair to say because I think Lisa, they had issues like most couples do, but you always hope that you're going to work it out, right?
Mhm.
And especially when you have little kids, I don't think Lisa really saw this coming. And I mean, she probably, of course, is like, my marriage is not in the best place, but we're going to work this out, right? Like they worked it out in the past. And I think Lisa's position was whatever is going on in terms of tensions will be worked out, and they will go back to being okay again. So I definitely did not think that she knew he had a girl. No.
Right.
Right, like full on.
No.
Now, do you watch your season?
Yeah.
You do? And do you guys get to watch it before?
Yeah.
Like all the way, or do you go like, do they give you the whole season or do they give you like
No.
a week in advance?
A week in advance, whatever episode's gonna play. Yeah.
Okay.
So is that the first time that sometimes you hear confessionals and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So, okay. So people talking bad.
So what's something that you've seen now watching this episode that you obviously didn't get to see when you were filming that surprised you or offended you or, rubbed you the wrong way?
I was actually surprised at some reactions from Alexia and maybe Marisol too, to see how the condescending, the comments, like Alexia is just saying, my skinny legs, like you can't, like she was literally body shaming me, because I have skinny legs. And I was like, wow, like that was unnecessary and you don't need to body shame me. We all come to this world with, okay, listen, if we're going to talk about procedures, okay, it's all right, because then if you did it, then like I did, I'm just saying it. But if you come into this world, we all come into this world with a shape that we did not ask for it. Our height, our basic shape, it's what you come into this world with, and you don't choose it. So for somebody to say, you have those skinny legs, and you need to build up those legs and everything, that to me is just as bad as calling someone fat. I didn't choose to have skinny legs. I've always had skinny legs. And, I found that very offensive, very aggressive, and very, it's like a bully behavior.
Yeah. I think your legs are great. And they
Yeah,
hold
you have
your
great
nice,
legs, girl.
your cute little booty too.
Thank you.
We got to see the mid-season trailer premiere too, or the mid-season trailer,
right.
and it just when you think, I guess, that it couldn't get crazy, it seems like it gets crazier.
Yeah.
We're very excited for that.
Yeah, it escalated big time. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Do you know when they're gonna film the reunion? Is that like coming soon? I'm sure.
Yeah, coming soon.
Do you have to go to New York for that?
Yeah.
They make you go up there.
Mhm.
Oh, any idea where you'll sit? Any thoughts of where you'll sit?
No, we don't know until the moment of.
Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, so walk us through that. Like how early do you have to be there? And like, how long do you actually shoot for?
Oh, we start glam like at 6 a.m. and we start shooting usually like at 10 a.m. and usually we don't wrap until 5 or 6 in the afternoon.
Wow.
It's a whole day.
That's a whole day.
Yeah.
And then it just gets condensed down to like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and then-
a couple parts.
Yeah, if it's 2 or 3 parts, whatever, how many parts but it's long. Yeah.
Do you know the color schemes yet for the dresses?
I do, but I don't think I can say.
Okay,
that's
fine.
okay,
That's
okay. Well, I'm excited to see what you picked out.
Thank you.
Yes,
Do
you
they,
always look fabulous.
Do they, so that when it comes, whatever the theme is, do they give you a stylist or give you options, or do they say like in this scheme and then go from there?
Yeah. They
So
give
you
you like a mood board and then you go from there, but they approve the looks.
Oh,
You have to send them options and then they choose from a couple of different options. You choose your options and then you send it in and then they approve the options because they want to make sure the group looks cohesive.
right.
So if you send in 3, like they ultimately pick your final.
Exactly. Yeah. I usually submit 3 looks and they pick one. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Miami's always look good, but I'm thinking of other cities right now. And I'm like, so it's Bravo's fault that they look absolutely terrible at the reunion.
Well, I don't know, but because yes and no, because when they submit the 3 choices, they have to pick from those 3, right?
Right.
So
Not
the
like
3 could be,
people- Yeah, it's not like they hire a stylist and say
Right.
dress these women and make them look flawless. So the women submit 3 choices, and if they have 3 horrible choices, they have to pick one horrible choice. Like
Right.
they
Right.
have no good choices. So
Honestly, I'm
Miami
thinking-
looked great last year.
Yeah.
I think Salt Lake City maybe
That's
needs
who I
to
was
call, and Orange County needs to call you ladies for help in their next reunion.
Like the feathers this way, the
Yeah.
feathers here. Do you watch any of the other cities?
Yeah, I try to watch some. I usually watch Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City. Yes.
Okay.
So are you keeping up with the whole Jen Shaw thing right now?
Yeah, I'm a little behind, but yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a friendship with any of the other housewives from other cities?
Yeah, Meredith Marks and I became friends through BravoCom, and she came down to Miami, went out to dinner, and
Oh.
we're staying in touch. Also talked to Heather and Salt Lake City wise. And then New York, I know everybody.
Okay.
Do you know the new
Beverly
or
Hills.
the older New York?
I
Do you
do
know any
old
of
New
the
York,
Do you know any of the new
Oh
housewives?
no, all the OGs. I don't know any of the new ones.
the new ones.
Is Ramona as crazy as she seems?
Yeah.
So talking about Beverly Hills, though, what do you think about Rinna being out?
Well, I think that's gonna make a little dent on that. But because she did bring it.
She
Yeah.
brings the drama for sure.
Sometimes I feel like, yeah, maybe she was a little over, but also there's also two sides of the story that according to her, her side wasn't told as it should have been told. So I don't know, because there's so much that goes on in the editing, and I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite memory of all your time as a housewife?
Yeah, when I look back on season 1, 2, and 3, seeing my baby, like my son, so small, and there's such sweet little memories, like doing playing the piano with him, doing a piano recital. Those things like warm my heart.
How is he
Aw.
doing?
He's doing great.
Is
How
he in
old is he now?
Yeah, is he in college? How old is it?
Yeah, he's 22. He
Okay.
just graduated college, actually.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Very
congrats.
exciting.
And he's starting his first company. He already has his place. He's completely independent.
That's great. Is he in Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So he's close to you.
Yeah, he's close to me. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's play another game now. And it's
Mhm.
called Miss or Diss. So we're gonna give you Real Houses of Miami housewives or figures, and you are gonna tell us if you miss them or if you diss them.
Okay.
So we'll start with Leah Black,
Miss.
Miss?
Yeah.
Karen,
This.
Anna,
Neither, because we never had that much contact.
okay, Christy,
This.
Joanna,
This.
and
Roman.
Elaine. Who'd you say?
This.
Roman. Elaine Lancaster.
Miss.
Miss.
Yeah.
So that was it. Yay.
Yay. That's all we had.
That's all we had. There wasn't that many. A lot of you came to the new season. Do you still talk to Leah at all because of your sons?
We texted, like my son and her son still, see each other occasionally. There was a big birthday. Her son turned 21, and
Ooh.
so my son went, and actually my son was laughing and telling me that he actually got him his first like real solid drink, stiff drink. And it was fun to see him get a buzz on his 21st birthday, and they were having a great time together. So it was nice. And then
Oh,
I
that's great.
texted Leah, thanking her for, inviting my son and make sure the boys know they still have each other as friends. And she said, we love Alex. He's a great influence in our son, and he's always, welcomed. And so it was nice,
Have you
So
sat
sweet.
with Leah? Have you talked to her since, well, I guess
No,
around
we have
season
not
3?
sat. No.
Well, we see her talking to Lisa in the upcoming episodes.
Yeah, I think she does. Yeah.
She sits down.
She sits down there.
Any of the housewives that you dissed, do you like see them at all
No,
around?
no,
No.
I don't even see them around. I don't even know where they're hanging out. No.
I forgot about Christy.
Me too. I honestly looked her up on Instagram the other day and I was like, is this the same person that I saw?
Does she look totally different, like somebody
I think-
else from season 1?
No, she doesn't like
haven't
physically
seen
look
her.
different.
I haven't seen her since, so I don't even know. If I ran into her, probably wouldn't even
Recognize her?
Recognize her.
probably would recognize if I saw her right in front of me, but no, I haven't seen her in 10 years. So
Yeah.
Wow.
And Joanna's out in LA, so you don't never talk to her again.
oh, Joanna actually moved back to Poland.
Oh, did she?
So she got divorced. I mean, her and Ramon got divorced, and she remarried.
Yes.
And she
Spending
has a
lot of-
baby.
And she has
Yeah.
a baby, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she does, and she's spending a lot of time in Poland. Yeah,
Hmm.
but she never came back to Miami. At least I didn't see her, anything. We don't speak, but I mean, like, I
Right.
was completely cordial and polite,
Yeah. Well, anything that you're looking forward to for the rest of the season?
My music video.
Yes, we
Yes.
can't wait.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to see it.
And I'll be dropping the video like right around when the episode airs. So then at that time, and I'll put it on my social media so you guys can, if you want to go and see it, then you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we'll
dropping
share it
there.
too.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Lucy, you have anything else for Adriana?
I'm just curious if you have any regrets in all of your time with the Real Housewives of Miami.
Not really. I understand this is the nature of the show, and I think when you come into the sandbox, you have to play. So there are certain times that you're not portrayed in the best light, even though you come in with not the worst of intentions. So sometimes can be like tough to see yourself portrayed in a certain way, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. This was so fun. We literally, for not having Miami at all in our podcast, we just kind of hit everything.
We did everything. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for being our
joining us.
first guest.
Thank you
Or
guys.
our premiere. Yeah.
My
So
pleasure.
catch us on all our social media accounts, and we'll see you next Sunday for another episode of We Made It Nice.